Chosen one, I know you are tired. You have been carrying a heavy weight for a very long time. It is the kind of tiredness that sleep does not fix, because it is not just your body that is weary. It is your soul. You have been fighting a battle that no one else sees. You have been standing in the gap for this person when everyone else would have walked away. You prayed until you ran out of words. You have cried until you ran out of tears. You have forgiven and you have hoped, and you have believed even when the evidence in front of your eyes told you to stop. There is a quiet isolation that comes with a heart like yours. You look around and see people who seem to have it easy. They do not understand why you stay. They do not understand why you care so much. They tell you to move on. They tell you to protect yourself. They tell you that you are wasting your time on something that is dead. And in the quiet moments of the night, when you are alone with your thoughts, you have started to wonder if they are right. You have started to question if you heard God correctly. You have started to doubt the vision that was placed in your heart all those years ago. You look at the years you have spent building. You did not just invest your time or your money. You invested your life. You poured your own strength into the soil of this relationship. You planted seeds of love and patience when the ground was hard and dry. You watered those seeds with your unwavering faith. You stood as a shield for this person when the enemy tried to take them out. You saw the gold inside of them when the rest of the world only saw the dirt. You believed in their potential more than they believed in themselves. You have been the anchor that kept them from drifting away into the storm. But now you are facing a silence that feels different. In the past, there was always a struggle. There was always some noise or some movement that let you know things were happening. Even the arguments were a sign of life because at least there was passion. But this current silence is heavy. It feels empty. It feels like you have hit a wall that will not move. It feels like God has left the room and taken his hand off the situation. You are looking for a sign and you see nothing. You are listening for a voice and you hear nothing. This silence is terrifying you because it feels like the end. It feels like all your work was for nothing. The enemy is whispering in your ear right now. He is telling you that you have been a fool. He is telling you that this person will never change. He is telling you that God has forgotten you. He is using this silence to try and break your spirit because he knows that you are the only thing standing between this person and total darkness. I am here to tell you that you must not give up now. This silence is not what you think it is. This is not the silence of death. This is the silence of transformation. You need to understand the way God works in the deep places. When a seed is buried in the ground, it does not scream as it breaks open. It happens in the dark. It happens under pressure. It happens in the silence. You are looking at the surface and seeing no movement, but God is looking at the roots and he sees everything. The reason this feels different is because you have entered a new season of this journey. You are no longer in the season of planting. You are in the season of gestation. This is the moment where the old nature is dying so that the new nature can be born. This person you are praying for is in a cocoon. To you, it looks like they have shut down. It looks like they are distant or cold or lost. But inside that silence, God is doing a surgery that words could never accomplish. God had to bring a silence because your voice was becoming a crutch. As long as you were doing all the talking, this person did not have to listen to God. As long as you were fixing everything, they did not have to face their own brokenness. This silence that hurts you is actually saving them. It is creating a vacuum that only God can fill. It is forcing them to look in the mirror without you standing there to soften the blow. You are exhausted because you have been trying to do God's job. You have been trying to be the Holy Spirit for this person. You have been trying to convict them and change them and guide them. And now God is saying that it is time for you to rest your hands. It is time for you to stop striving. But stopping your striving does not mean giving up your hope. It means you are shifting from working to trusting. If you give up on this person, now you are walking away 5 minutes before the miracle. The enemy always attacks the hardest right before the breakthrough. The urge to quit is so strong right now because you are at the threshold. You are standing at the edge of the promised land, but the giants look too big. You are remembering the pain of the past and projecting it into the future. But God is saying that the past is not a prophecy of the future. This person is part of your destiny. The connection you feel is not an accident. The burden you carry for them was placed there by God Himself. You are not crazy for caring this much. You are not foolish for loving this deeply. That love is the evidence of God's heart beating within you. He loves them even more than you do. And He has not brought you this far to leave you in shame. He has not asked you to endure all of this just to let it fall apart at the very end. You feel like you are breaking, but you are actually expanding. Your capacity to love and to forgive is being stretched beyond human limits. This is how God makes you like Him. He is teaching you how to love without condition. He is teaching you how to stand firm when the wind is blowing. You are becoming a pillar in the spirit realm. You are becoming a warrior who knows how to hold the line when everyone else retreats. Do not let the silence fool you. Do not let the lack of visible evidence discourage you. We walk by faith and not by sight. Just because you cannot see the work does not mean the work is not happening. The roots are going deep. The heart of stone is being turned into a heart of flesh. The blinders are being removed, but it is happening in God's time and in God's way. Your assignment right now is to hold your ground. You do not need to fight. You do not need to beg. You do not need to manipulate. You just need to stand. Stand on the promises that God gave you. Stand on the history you have with Him. Remember the times He came through for you before. He is the same God today. He has not changed His mind about you, and He has not changed His mind about this person. Before we continue this revelation, I have an important resource for the chosen ones who are currently facing heavy spiritual resistance. I personally spend over 8 hours researching these prophetic truths to ensure you have the highest quality guidance. To help you reclaim your peace and protect your home, I have created 3 specific tools in the link below. You can choose the 30-day Spiritual Warfare Handbook, the 7-day Authority Activation Audio Masterclass, or the Ultimate Victory Bundle for the complete system. Your support ensures this channel remains original and human-led. Now, let us return to today's message. Take a deep breath, chosen one. Let the weight fall off your shoulders. You do not have to carry this anymore. You can hand this person over to God completely. You can trust Him with the outcome. He knows what He is doing. He is the author and the finisher of this story. And the story is not over yet. Do not close the book just because the chapter is dark. The light is coming. The breakthrough is coming. The restoration is coming. You just have to hold on a little while longer. Chosen one, there is a spiritual law that you must understand if you are to survive this season without losing your mind. The enemy wants you to look at the clock on the wall and panic. He wants you to look at the calendar and count the years you have lost. He wants you to believe that your time has run out and that your best days are behind you. He wants you to look at this person and see a lost cause because the timeline does not make sense to your human understanding. But I am here to tell you that God does not wear a watch. God moves in seasons, and He moves in Kairos time, which is the perfect appointed moment that defies all natural logic. You are struggling because you are trying to measure spiritual work with a physical ruler. You see the gray in your hair, or you feel the ache in your bones, and you think you have missed it. You think that if this relationship or this breakthrough was going to happen, it would have happened when you were younger and full of energy. But I need you to look at the story of Abraham and Sarah. They are the father and mother of our faith for a reason. God gave them a promise of a son. He told them they would be the parents of nations, but then He made them wait. He did not make them wait for a week or a month. He made them wait until their bodies were as good as dead. Think about the nights Abraham must have spent looking at the stars. Think about the shame Sarah must have felt when year after year passed with no child. They watched their youth fade away. They watched their natural strength disappear. From the outside looking in, it seemed like a cruel joke. It seemed like God had promised them something and then forgot to deliver. But God was doing something profound. He was waiting for the limit of human ability to end so that divine power could begin. If Isaac had been born when Abraham was 30 years old, everyone would have said it was just nature. But because he was born when Abraham was 100 years old, everyone knew it was God. This person you are ready to give up on is your Isaac. The situation looks dead. The years have passed, and you feel like you are past the point of no return. But God is saying that this is the perfect setup for His glory. He had to wait until you had no strength left of your own, so that when the restoration comes you will know without a shadow of a doubt that it was his hand that moved. He had to wait until the odds were completely stacked against you so that your testimony would be undeniable. There is another reason for this delay, and it is the most important reason of all. It is the issue of wisdom. You see, favor without wisdom is a disaster waiting to happen. If God had given you this person 10 years ago, you would have destroyed each other. You might think you were ready, but your spirit was not mature enough to carry the weight of this connection. In your younger years, you had passion, and you had energy, and you had drive, but you did not have wisdom. Wisdom is not something you can learn in a book. Wisdom is a costly purchase. You buy wisdom with your tears. You buy wisdom with your failures. You buy wisdom with the long nights of waiting and the seasons of suffering. You are in the age of wisdom now. You have lived long enough to know what truly matters. You have had your heart broken enough times to know how to handle someone else's heart with care. You have seen enough of the world to know that the grass is not greener on the other side. You have learned how to forgive not just with words, but with your very soul. This wisdom you now possess is the prerequisite for the level of favor God is about to pour out on you. God could not trust you with this assignment when you were immature. He could not trust you with this person's soul when you were still operating out of your own ego. He had to let you cook. He had to let you marinate in the juices of life until you became tender and humble. Now you are at a place where you do not just want this person for what they can give you. You want them because you see God's purpose in them. You are no longer looking for a trophy to show off to the world. You are looking for a partner to build a kingdom with. That shift in your heart is what God was waiting for. That is why he says, do not you dare give up now. You have finally become the vessel that can hold the oil. If you walk away now, you are walking away right when your capacity is full. You are walking away right when your character has finally caught up to your calling. The delay was not a denial. The delay was a training ground. You were in the wilderness getting your degree in wisdom, so that when you step into the promised land, you will not be kicked out of it by your own foolishness. This person is difficult, I know they are. They have layers of trauma and walls of defense that seem impenetrable, but you are no longer the novice who tries to smash through the walls with a hammer. You are now the wise master builder who knows how to dismantle the walls brick by brick with love and patience. You have the strategy now. You have the discernment now. You can see behind their mask. You can hear what they are not saying. This is the gift of your years. This is the reward for your suffering. Do not look at your age or the time that has passed with regret. Wear your years like a crown. Your history is your weapon. The fact that you are still standing after everything you have been through is proof that God is sustaining you. He has preserved you for this specific moment. He has kept you and this person in the palm of his hand while the storm raged around you. The fact that the connection has not been severed completely after all this time is a miracle in itself. It is a sign that the cord binding you together is not made of human effort, but of divine intent. So stand tall, chosen one. You are not late. You are right on time. You are entering the season where your wisdom will unlock doors that your strength never could. You are entering the season where your patience will produce a harvest that will feed generations. This person needs the version of you that exists right now. They did not need the version of you from 20 years ago. They need the wise and seasoned and battle-tested warrior that you have become. Do not rob them of that gift. Do not rob yourself of the victory. Stay in the fight. The promise is alive and it is coming to pass. Chosen one, I need you to open your spiritual eyes and look at the world around you right now. You are wondering if you should let go of this person. You are wondering if you are holding onto a fantasy. But if you pay attention, you will see that your entire environment is shifting in very specific ways. These shifts are not accidents. They are not coincidences. They are the rumble of the ground before the walls come down. They are the evidence that God is rearranging the furniture of your life to make room for the promise He is about to deliver. If you were truly meant to walk away, your life would feel stagnant. But it does not feel stagnant. It feels chaotic and electric and strange. That is because you are in transition. The first major shift you are experiencing is in your circle of friendships. You have noticed that people who have been in your life for years are suddenly drifting away. There was no big fight. There was no betrayal. It is just that the connection has dried up. You sit with them and you feel like a stranger. Their conversations feel shallow to you. They are worried about things that no longer matter to you. You try to explain the depth of what you are going through, and they look at you with blank stares. This is painful because you value loyalty. You wonder if something is wrong with you, but God is pruning your tree. He is removing anyone who cannot handle the weight of your next season. This person you are praying for requires a high level of spiritual maturity to handle. God is clearing out the distraction of casual relationships so you can focus entirely on this assignment. He is removing the voices of doubt from your ear. He is isolating you so that his voice is the loudest one you hear. The second shift is a sudden and intense discomfort in places that used to feel safe. You might feel restless in your job or your home or your city. The routine that used to bring you comfort now feels like a cage. You wake up in the morning and you feel like you do not fit in your own life anymore. This is the eagle stirring the nest. God makes the place of your past uncomfortable so that you are willing to step into the unknown of your future. This discomfort is directly connected to the person you are standing for. God is preparing to move you into a new level of stability and purpose that involves them. You cannot stay in your old comfort zone and birth a new kingdom at the same time. The agitation you feel is simply your spirit recognizing that you have outgrown your current container. The third shift is the opening of unexpected doors and the provision of unexplainable resources. Even in the midst of your emotional exhaustion, you are seeing favor in other areas of your life. Maybe a financial blessing came out of nowhere. Maybe a career opportunity presented itself without you even applying for it. Maybe strangers are going out of their way to help you. This is God showing you that He is still funding your mission. He is taking care of the logistics so you can focus on the spiritual battle. When you see these doors open, it is a reminder that God is active in your life. He is saying that if He can move a mountain in your finances, He can certainly move the mountain in this person's heart. Do not separate your spiritual life from your practical life. The favor you see in the marketplace is a prophetic sign of the favor you are about to see in your relationship. The fourth shift is a heightened sense of discernment and spiritual sensitivity. You are seeing things you never saw before. You can look at people and sense their true intentions immediately. You can walk into a room and feel the atmosphere shift. You are having dreams that are vivid and intense. You are seeing numbers and patterns that speak to your spirit. This increase in discernment is a critical tool for the restoration of this relationship. You are being given the eyes to see the spiritual war that is happening around this person. You are no longer looking at their flesh. You are seeing the spirits that are tormenting them. You are seeing the generational curses that are trying to choke them. This discernment is not to scare you. It is to arm you. God is giving you the intelligence you need to pray effectively. You are not just throwing words at the ceiling anymore. You are a sniper in the spirit realm, and you are hitting the target every time you pray. The fifth shift is the sudden return of the past. You might find that old flames or toxic habits or past temptations are circling back around to you. This seems confusing. You might think you are backsliding, but this is actually the final exam. The enemy knows that your breakthrough with this specific person is imminent. He knows that true love is about to break through the barrier, so he is sending counterfeits to distract you. He is sending the familiar comfort of the past to tempt you to settle for less. When you see an ex from 10 years ago send you a message out of the blue, do not be flattered. Recognize it for what it is. It is a distraction. It is a test to see if you are truly ready for the high calling of this new relationship. When you say no to the counterfeit, you are saying yes to the promise. These 5 shifts are happening all around you right now. They are proof that you are in the delivery room. The pressure is high and the pain is real, but the birth is happening. If you give up on this person, now you are misreading the signs. You are interpreting the shaking as destruction when it is actually construction. God is dismantling the old to build the new. He is clearing the stage for the main event. You must understand that this person is part of the new landscape God is creating for you. They are not a relic of the past. They are a pillar of the future. The reason the battle is so fierce is because the territory is so valuable. The enemy does not waste his ammunition on empty fields. He attacks where the treasure is buried. You and this person are sitting on a gold mine of spiritual potential. That is why everything in your life is shifting. That is why the friends are leaving and the comfort is gone and the discernment is high. You are being leveled up. So look at these shifts with gratitude. Thank God for the closed doors because they protect you. Thank God for the open doors because they sustain you. Thank God for the isolation because it purifies you. And look at this person with new eyes. See them not as the source of your pain, but as the partner of your destiny. The shifting ground is not there to swallow you. It is there to elevate you. Stand firm on your watch. Do not abandon your post. The shifts are almost over, and when the dust settles, you will see exactly why you had to wait. You will see exactly why you had to endure. And you will be glad that you did not walk away when the night was at its darkest. Chosen one, there is a specific kind of pain that comes with healing. It is not the sharp pain of injury, but the dull and aching pain of recovery. You are in a season where God is healing you from wounds you have carried since you were a child. These are the wounds that told you that you were not enough. These are the wounds that made you accept crumbs when you deserved a feast. For years, you have allowed people into your life who did not value you. You allowed them to stay because your unhealed heart thought that any company was better than being alone. You tolerated disrespect because it felt familiar. You stayed in circles where you had to shrink yourself just to fit in. But now something is changing deep within your spirit. God is sewing up those old wounds. He is pouring His oil into the cracks of your soul. As you heal, you are starting to realize that you no longer fit in the places you used to inhabit. You are realizing that certain people who have been in your life for a long time are actually heavy weights dragging you down. This is a confusing moment because you love them. You are loyal. You do not want to leave anyone behind. But you must understand that you cannot take everyone with you to the next level. The air is too thin up there for people who do not have the lung capacity for destiny. God is actively pruning the branches of your life right now. If you have ever watched a gardener prune a vine, it looks violent. He takes a sharp pair of shears and he cuts off branches that look perfectly green. He cuts until the vine looks bare and empty. If the vine had feelings, it would probably scream. It would wonder why the gardener is hurting it. It would wonder why it is being stripped down to nothing. But the gardener knows something the vine does not know. He knows that those extra branches are sucking the life out of the main stem. He knows that if he leaves them there, the vine will produce a lot of leaves, but no fruit. You are being pruned. God is cutting away the friendships that have turned into obligations. He is cutting away the family dynamics that are toxic and draining. He is cutting away the old habits that you used to cope with your pain. He is removing the people who only liked you when you were broken. They are falling away one by one. You might try to reach out and fix things, but you will find that the connection is dead. You might try to explain yourself, but they will not understand. Do not chase after what God is removing. Let the dead leaves fall to the ground. This pruning is necessary because God is making room for new growth. He is clearing the space around you so that the sunlight can hit your soil. And this is where you must be very careful not to misunderstand what is happening. The enemy wants you to think that because you are letting go of so many people, you should also let go of this person you are praying for. The enemy wants you to throw the baby out with the bathwater. He wants you to think that this person is just another dead branch that needs to be cut off. But I am here to tell you that this person is not a dead branch. This person is the new growth. The reason God is clearing everyone else out is specifically so that He can focus your energy on this relationship. You could not handle the weight of this connection while you were still carrying the baggage of those other people. You did not have the emotional bandwidth to deal with this person's healing while you were busy trying to please a crowd of people who did not care about you. God had to isolate you. He had to strip you down. He had to make your world small so that your focus could become sharp. The healing of your old wounds is directly connected to the breakthrough with this person. As you heal, you stop projecting your past trauma onto them. You stop reacting to them out of fear, and you start responding to them out of love. You stop looking for them to save you and you start standing beside them as a partner. The people you are letting go of are the ones who fed your insecurities. They are the ones who gossiped with you and kept you in a state of victimhood. By removing them, God is silencing the voices that kept you stuck in the past. You are feeling a void right now. The silence in your phone and the empty chair at your table feels lonely, but that void is holy ground. That empty space is a container that God is preparing to fill with a relationship that is healthy and whole and ordained by Him. Do not try to fill that space with noise. Do not run back to the people God has cut off just because you are lonely. If you go back to them, you are picking up the dead branches and trying to tape them back onto the tree. It will not work. It will only bring rot and disease back into your life. Stand in the clearing that God has made. Look at the space around you. It is clean, it is open, it is ready. This is the environment where your promise will manifest. This person you are standing for needs this clean environment. They cannot come into a cluttered life. They cannot come into a life that is full of drama and noise and toxic entanglements. They need a sanctuary. By allowing God to prune you, you are building that sanctuary. You are preparing a place of rest for their soul and for yours. So do not grieve the loss of those who could not go with you. Bless them and release them. Their part in your story is over. They were chapters in a book that has already been written. But this person, this one who is heavy on your heart, is the beginning of a new book. Do not close the cover just because the transition is painful. The pruning is the proof that the harvest is coming. The gardener only prunes the vines that he intends to use. If God were done with you, He would let you grow wild and messy. But because He has a high purpose for you and for this relationship, He is tending to you with great care. Trust the shears, trust the gardener, and hold on tight to the promise because the new growth is about to spring forth. Chosen one, you are standing on the precipice of a phenomenon that the scriptures describe as acceleration. You have gotten used to the pace of the desert. In the desert, you walk for miles and the scenery never changes. It is slow and hot and monotonous. You have become accustomed to the struggle. You have conditioned yourself to expect that tomorrow will be just as hard as today. But God is saying that the pace of your life is about to change violently. You are moving from the slow grind of preparation into the sudden rush of fulfillment. You need to understand the difference between chronological time and divine momentum. For years, you have been operating in chronological time. This is where you work hard for every inch of ground you gain. It is where you plant a seed and wait months for a harvest. But there is a season where the plowman overtakes the reaper. This means that the blessings will come so fast that you will not even be finished gathering the last one before the next one arrives. This is the season you are entering with this person. The Bible is full of moments that happen suddenly. The walls of Jericho did not fall down one brick at a time over 10 years. They fell down all at once after 7 days of marching. You have been marching around this situation for what feels like a lifetime. You have been circling this person and this problem until you are dizzy. You have been obedient even when it looked foolish. But you need to understand that the marching was not the breakthrough. The marching was the setup. The breakthrough happens in a split second. The shift you are waiting for will not be a gradual improvement. It will be a sudden breaking of the dam. You have asked God why He made you wait so long. You have asked Him why He allowed you to suffer in the hallway of uncertainty for years. The answer is simple, but it is heavy. The answer is that God was building a foundation. You do not dig a deep foundation for a tent. You pitch a tent in 5 minutes because it is light and temporary. It does not need to hold any weight. But if you are building a skyscraper, you spend months or even years digging a hole in the ground. You have to go down deep before you can go up high. This relationship and this calling on your life is a skyscraper. It is meant to house glory. It is meant to stand against the storms of life. It is meant to be a refuge for others. If God had given you this person 5 years ago, the foundation would have cracked under the weight. The structure would have collapsed and crushed both of you. You were not strong enough to carry the weight of this blessing. You thought you were ready, but God saw the cracks in your character. He saw the fragility of your patience. He saw that you would have made an idol out of this person instead of a partner. So He made you wait. He made you dig. He made you shovel out the dirt of your own ego and your own expectations. It was dark in that hole. It was lonely. But while you were digging, you were building muscle. You were developing a spiritual stamina that few people possess. You learned how to pray when you did not feel like it. You learned how to trust when you could not see. You learned how to love without demanding anything in return. These are the steel beams that will hold up the structure God is about to build. Now you are ready. You are strong enough to handle the blessing without being destroyed by it. You are wise enough to steward the reconciliation without sabotaging it. This is why the acceleration is coming. God does not have to slow down for you anymore because you have caught up to his pace. You have been trained in the fire, and now you are ready to walk in the glory. Think about the bamboo tree. For 5 years, the farmer waters the ground and sees absolutely nothing. There is no sprout. There is no leaf. There is no sign of life. To the outside observer, it looks like a waste of time. It looks like the seed is dead. But underground, a massive root system is spreading. It is anchoring itself deep into the earth. Then in the 5th year, the bamboo breaks through the soil. And once it breaks through, it grows 90 feet tall in 6 weeks. You are in the 5th year. You are in the week before the sprout breaks the surface. This person you are loving has been in the underground phase. They have been absorbing the prayers and the love and the grace you have poured out. It looks like nothing is happening, but the root system is massive. They have been processing and fighting and growing in the dark. And now, the season of rapid growth is upon you. When this shift happens, it will make your head spin. You will go from no communication to deep communication overnight. You will go from confusion to clarity in the blink of an eye. The barriers that seemed made of steel will melt like wax. The arguments that used to go in circles will suddenly be resolved with a single conversation. This is the nature of acceleration. God redeems time. He restores the years that the locusts have eaten. He can do more in one moment of his favor than you could do in 1,000 lifetimes of your labor. This is why you must not give up now. If you walk away during the acceleration phase, you are walking away from the harvest you spent your life planting. You have paid the price. You have cried the tears. You have endured the lonely nights. Do not let someone else reap the reward of your faithfulness. Do not let the enemy convince you that the silence is permanent right before the shout of victory releases. The waiting was not a punishment. It was a preparation. You are now a vessel that can hold the new wine. You are a warrior who can wield the heavy sword. The days of dragging your feet through the sand are over. The wind of the Spirit is filling your sails, and you are about to move faster than you ever thought possible. Hold your position. Keep your heart open. The sudden shift is here, and it is going to be magnificent. Chosen one, there is a strategy you must adopt immediately if you are going to see this victory through to the end. You have the heart to endure, and you have the faith to believe, but now you need the wisdom to maneuver. The enemy knows that he cannot get you to stop loving this person, so he will try to get you to mishandle the season. He wants you to speak when you should be silent. He wants you to fight when you should be resting. He wants you to react to what you see instead of responding to what you know. To navigate this final stretch without giving up, you must master the art of moving in silence. You need to understand that your spiritual assignment is confidential. Not everyone needs to know what God is doing in your life. Not everyone needs to know the details of your prayers for this person. In the past, you may have shared your vision with friends or family members because you wanted their support. You wanted them to agree with you, but you have likely found that their feedback only brought confusion. They looked at the situation with natural eyes and told you to move on. They looked at the facts and told you it was hopeless. When you share your precious seeds with people who do not understand the harvest, you are inviting birds to come and steal them. God is calling you into a season of extreme privacy. This is not because you are keeping secrets, but because you are protecting a mystery. The work God is doing in this person's heart is delicate. It is happening in deep places where no one can see. If you go around talking about it, you are exposing the roots to the cold air before they are ready. You must learn to carry this promise like Mary carried Jesus. She pondered these things in her heart. She did not run to the town square to explain what the angel told her because she knew they would not understand. You must build a wall of silence around this relationship. Stop asking for advice from people who do not have your anointing. Stop seeking validation from people who have never walked in your shoes. Your validation comes from God alone. Along with silence, you must become a fierce protector of your peace. Your peace is not just a feeling of relaxation. Your peace is a spiritual weapon. It is a force field that keeps the darkness out. The person you are standing for is likely going through a chaotic internal storm. They are fighting battles you cannot see. If you allow their chaos to get inside your spirit, you will sink. You cannot pull a drowning man out of the water if you jump in and start drowning with him. You must stand on the solid rock of your peace and extend a hand. Protecting your peace means setting boundaries on your own emotions. It means refusing to ride the roller coaster of this person's moods. If they are cold today, you do not have to be depressed. If they are angry today, you do not have to be defensive. You stay steady. You stay rooted in the knowledge that God is in control. When the enemy tries to bait you into an argument, you must recognize the trap and step around it. You protect your peace by refusing to engage in battles that do not matter. You save your energy for the war in the prayer closet. You must treat your peace like it is the most expensive thing you own, because right now it is. It is the currency you will use to buy back this relationship from the grip of the enemy. This brings us to the critical importance of discernment. In this new season, you cannot rely on your natural eyesight. Your natural eyes will lie to you. They will see distance and call it rejection. They will see silence and call it indifference. But discernment looks deeper. Discernment sees the spirit behind the action. Discernment allows you to look at this person and see the fear that is hiding behind their anger. It allows you to see the shame that is hiding behind their silence. When you operate in discernment, you stop taking things personally. You realize that this person is not fighting you. They are fighting the demons that have been tormenting them for years. They are fighting the old programming that tells them they are unlovable. When they lash out or pull away, it is a trauma response. It is a survival mechanism. Discernment gives you the compassion to see them as a wounded child of God rather than an enemy. It changes the way you pray. Instead of praying for God to change their behavior, you start praying for God to heal their heart. You start praying against the spirits of fear and pride and addiction that are binding them. Discernment also tells you when to move and when to be still. There is a time to speak a word of encouragement, and there is a time to say absolutely nothing. If you move without discernment, you might speak a word that is true, but the timing is wrong and it causes damage. You might try to force a door open that God is trying to unlock from the other side. You must be in constant communication with the Holy Spirit. You must ask Him every single day for your marching orders. Some days He will tell you to send a message of love. Other days He will tell you to withdraw your presence completely so that they can feel the weight of your absence. Do not give up on this person just because you do not know what to do. God knows what to do. He is the master strategist. If you commit to moving in silence and protecting your peace and walking in discernment, you will see the tide turn. You will see the walls come down. You are not just waiting passively. You are actively holding the line. You are the watchman on the wall. You are the keeper of the flame. This is a high calling, chosen one. It requires maturity and it requires discipline, but you have been prepared for this. You have the strength to hold your tongue. You have the authority to command your peace. You have the eyes to see in the spirit. Use these tools. Do not let your emotions run wild. Bring every thought into captivity. Stay focused on the promise and ignore the noise. The victory is closer than you think, and you will need all of your strength for the celebration that is coming. Stay the course. God is with you, and He is working it all out for your good. Chosen one, I need to speak to the deepest fear that keeps you awake at night. It is the fear that you have wasted your life waiting for a change that never seems to come. You look in the mirror, and you see the lines on your face that were not there when this journey started. You feel the difference in your energy levels. You remember a time when you could bounce back from heartbreak in a week, but now it feels like the heaviness lingers for months. You are looking at the calendar and doing the math, and the numbers are scaring you. You are thinking about your age. You are thinking about the years you spent pouring love into a black hole. You are thinking that perhaps you should just cut your losses and try to salvage whatever time you have left. But God is saying that you are looking at this all wrong. You are operating under the laws of nature where time lost is gone forever, but you serve a God who operates outside of time. He is the God of restoration. There is a promise in the scriptures that says He will restore the years that the locusts have eaten. He does not just say He will heal the current wound. He says He will give you back the years. This means that when the breakthrough comes with this person, the joy and the peace and the productivity will be so intense that it will make up for every single day of sorrow. You will accomplish more in the next 5 years than you did in the previous 20. The love you will experience will be so rich and so deep that it will erase the memory of loneliness. You must understand that this battle is not just about you and your romantic happiness. This is about your legacy. I am speaking to those of you who have children or grandchildren or spiritual children who look up to you. You are in the age bracket where you are the pillar of your family. The younger generation is watching you. They are watching how you handle disappointment. They are watching how you handle faith. They are watching to see if God is real to you or if He is just a concept you talk about on Sundays. If you give up on this person, now you are teaching your children that covenants are disposable. You are teaching them that when things get hard, we run away. But if you stand firm, you are teaching them what unconditional love looks like. You are showing them that faith can move mountains. You are breaking a generational curse that has likely plagued your family for decades. Look at your family history. Do you see a pattern of broken marriages? Do you see a pattern of abandonment or divorce or loneliness? That stops with you. You are the cycle breaker. The reason the battle is so hard is because the enemy does not want that chain to be broken. He wants your children to inherit your pain, but you are standing in the gap to ensure that they inherit your victory. This person you are fighting for is part of that legacy. God has tied your destinies together for a reason. When the restoration happens, it is going to bring healing to your entire bloodline. Imagine the future family gatherings. Imagine the peace at the dinner table. Imagine your children seeing a relationship that survived the fire and came out as pure gold. That is the inheritance you want to leave them. You do not just want to leave them money. You want to leave them a blueprint for how to love and how to trust God. I know you feel drained. I know you feel like your emotional bank account is overdrawn. You have given and given until you feel like a shell. But God is saying that He is refilling you right now. He is breathing new life into your weary bones. You are not too old for this. Moses started his ministry at 80. Abraham received his promise at 100. Your age is an asset because it brings wisdom and stability. You have the endurance now that you did not have in your youth. You have the perspective to know what is worth fighting for. Do not let the enemy lie to you about your energy. He wants you to feel tired so that you will quit right before the finish line. But the joy of the Lord is your strength. When the breakthrough hits, it is going to release a surge of energy in your body that will make you feel 20 years younger. The heaviness you feel is just the atmospheric pressure of the breakthrough trying to push through. It is always darkest before dawn, and the labor pains are always strongest right before the birth. You are building a house that will stand for generations. This relationship is not a summer fling. It is a cathedral, and cathedrals take time to build. They take sweat and tears and years of labor, but once they are built, they stand for centuries. People come from miles around to sit in their sanctuary. That is what you are building with this person. You are building a sanctuary of love that will shelter your children and their children. So do not you dare give up now. Do not throw away the blueprint just because the construction is taking longer than you expected. God is the architect, and He has not left the job site. He is overseeing every brick and every beam. He knows exactly how much you can handle, and He will not let you be tested beyond your strength. The restoration is coming. The energy is returning. The time is being redeemed. Your legacy depends on your endurance in this season. You are showing the world that God is faithful. You are showing the world that love wins. You are the proof that dry bones can live again. Stand tall, chosen one. Wipe your tears and square your shoulders. You are doing a mighty work and you cannot come down. The future of your family looks bright because you refuse to surrender to the darkness. Hold on to this person and hold on to God's hand. The best chapters of your life are not behind you. They are being written right now, and they are going to be magnificent. Chosen one, as we come to the end of this message, I need you to settle your spirit. You have heard a lot of hard truths today. You have looked at your pain and your exhaustion and your confusion. But I do not want you to leave this place carrying a heavy burden. I want you to leave with a lightness in your step. I want you to leave with the absolute certainty that you are not crazy and you are not forgotten. The fact that you are still here listening to this voice is the confirmation you have been asking for. You could have turned this off 10 minutes ago. You could have scrolled past. But something in your soul grabbed a hold of these words and refused to let go. That is the Holy Spirit testifying to your spirit that this is your word. You have been asking God for a sign. You have been asking Him to show you if you should keep standing or if you should walk away. This is your sign. The burning in your chest right now is your answer. The tears in your eyes are the evidence that this story is not over. God is saying to you clearly and loudly that you must not give up on this person. He is saying that the work He has begun, He will surely finish. He is saying that the investment you have made is safe with Him. I know the world tells you to cut your losses. I know the experts tell you that people do not change, but we do not serve the God of statistics. We serve the God of resurrection. We serve the God who breathes into dry bones and makes them an army. If God can part the Red Sea, He can certainly change a human mind. If He can shut the mouths of lions, He can certainly shut the mouth of the enemy that is whispering lies to this person. You are not waiting on a possibility. You are waiting on a promise, and God is not a man that He should lie. I want you to take a deep breath right now. Inhale the peace of God and exhale the worry of the world. You have done enough struggling. You have done enough fighting in your own strength. It is time to enter into the rest of the Lord. This does not mean you stop believing. It means you stop striving. It means you stop checking your phone every 5 minutes. It means you stop replaying the old arguments in your head. It means you hand the keys of this relationship over to Jesus and you sit in the passenger seat. Let Him drive. He knows the way home better than you do. You need to understand that the victory has already been won in the spiritual realm. The papers have been signed. The decree has been issued. The angels have been dispatched. What you are waiting for now is simply the manifestation in the natural realm. It is like ordering a package online. Once you click the button and pay the price, the item belongs to you. It is yours even though you cannot see it yet. It is yours even though it is still on a truck somewhere on the highway. You do not worry about it. You do not doubt it. You just wait for the doorbell to ring. This restoration is on its way to you. It is on the truck. It is moving through the traffic of life, and it is heading straight for your front door. Do not cancel the order just because the delivery is taking a little longer than you thought. Do not walk away from the house right before the package arrives. Stay in your place. Keep the porch light on. Keep your heart open. The peace you are looking for will not come from analyzing the situation. It will not come from stalking their social media to see what they are doing. Peace will come from surrender. It will come when you finally say to God that you trust Him more than you trust your own eyes. It will come when you say that you are willing to look foolish to the world in order to be faithful to heaven. There is a dignity in standing for what you love. There is a nobility in refusing to let a good thing die. Do not let anyone shame you for your hope. Your hope is your superpower. As you move forward from this moment, I want you to walk in a new level of authority. When the doubts come back, and they will come back, you must speak to them. You must tell your emotions to get in line with your spirit. You must tell your fear that it has no place in your house. You are a child of the Most High God. You have the power to bind and to lose. So bind the spirit of confusion and lose the spirit of clarity. Bind the spirit of division and lose the spirit of unity. You are going to see this person again. You are going to look into their eyes and you are not going to see the glaze of trauma anymore. You are going to see the light of God. You are going to have conversations that heal the years of silence. You are going to laugh together with a joy that is deeper because of the sorrow you survived. You are going to look back on this dark season and you will be so thankful that you did not quit. You will tell this story to others as a testimony of God's faithfulness. You will say that you almost gave up, but God held you up. So stand firm, chosen one. Do not be shaken, do not be moved. You are built for this. You are anointed for this. The finish line is in sight. Now I want to seal this word over your life with a blessing. I want you to receive this not just as words, but as a spiritual impartation. I bless you with the peace that passes all understanding. I declare that your mind is protected from the lies of the enemy. I bless your heart to be healed from every wound of rejection and abandonment. I declare that your strength is renewed like the eagle. I bless your home to be a sanctuary of love and rest. I speak clarity over your confusion. I speak hope over your despair. I speak life over this relationship that looks dead. I command the dry bones to live. I command the walls of separation to fall down. I command the eyes of this person to be open to the truth of your love and the truth of God's purpose. I bless you with patience that endures. I bless you with wisdom that navigates the storm. I bless you with a favor that opens doors no man can shut. You are blessed in your coming and in your going. You are blessed in your waiting and in your receiving. The Lord is fighting for you, and you have only to be still. Go in peace, chosen one. The work is done, the promise is secure, and the best is yet to come.